getting ready to go out and chase a little weather. It's warmed up quite a bit. We've got a line of rain coming in. The odds of any severe weather coming are very slim, but what the heck, let's go out. We're going to lose daylight real quick, so we have a very small window. You can see some of my contraptions here. I have to use multiple phones. I'll show you the weather app on this. Let me get this out of the way. But we've got a bunch of rain coming in with this. This is, like I said, a very small window. Some stuff coming in. Okay, that's the radar. You can see where we are. I don't know if I'm getting a lot of reflection. I know I've got you on a little tiny screen here. But we'll give it a shot. It should be here shortly. I think most of it's going to be, the worst of it's going to be overnight. So I don't want to be out in the road getting bombarded with that stuff. Now, it was going to be something a little more severe. I might consider literally taking it on the road. Don't mind me, I'm just trying to pack this stuff up so it's out of the way here. I got some of these new brackets here I'm trying to use for doing the shorts and stuff, trying to make my life a little easier. It's one of the benefits of having multiple cameras, you know, be able to use one. I have the laptop mount here. I should really show you guys some of my stuff here. It's a mess right now. You can see here I've got a laptop mount, an old CB with weather. I've got dash mounts here where you guys are mounted, lights, other mounts, and then I've got this one I just folded up. So I've got all kinds of stuff here. So I can literally keep everything going. I apologize, I still got this cold. I've been good. I'm not even having any beer. I'm living off all kinds of vitamins and vitamin C, and I just can't shake it. I think it's just the hot and cold weather going back and forth. So I'm not going to bore you with the Weather Channel in the background. Let's go take a quick ride and just see what's going on. It's early, unfortunately, but like I said, you can see lights fading. And no one wants to chase weather in the dark, at least I don't. Even with the radar apps, it's just, first of all, visually, it's not much to see. And as you guys watch Weather Channel, you can see, like, you're hoping for a lightning flash to see if there is even a tornado in the distance, which is very dangerous. And we're not even talking that kind of weather now. We're talking, you know, wind gusts, torrential rain, possible flooding, things of that sort. So it's about the best we're going to get next day or two. But I figure since it's rolling in, I thought it was going to be here a little bit earlier. I thought, you know, we'd be in rain by now, but it is what it is. I've got to go over and talk to the people at Timber Waters. We're trying to work out, see if we can pull off this year. We've been talking about it, doing a Bigfoot drop. I think we've got the basics. I think we'll get something done. I don't think it's going to be anything very high end, since we're just trying to throw it together last minute. But it should be fun. At least we're doing something. This is North Main Street, same road we're on. You can see the town's got Christmas lights out. Main Street looks a little bit more festive. We leave the lights on the water tower all year round. A lot of the original lights the town was doing. Then we got the Fitz Foundation came in and donated a lot of lights and things. We'll drive you through the parking lot and see some of the stuff at the stage. I think at this point the GLDP has taken over, not the lights on the streets, but the lights in the parking lot. And then, of course, just, you know, businesses in town are doing their part. And here's the stage. You see some nice, pretty lit up trees here. Hang on, I just gotta do this without blocking everybody. Ain't that pretty? And of course, there's some advertising. Everyone's looking to get someone to sponsor these days. But you can see some of the snowflakes on Main Street. That's Daphne's, which is called Jason runs it now. And then you got the Blue Jay Bistro, and of course right in front here is excuse me, Timberwaters Brewery, and we gotta go in there later and talk Bigfoot drop. And I'm gonna take you guys down through Main Street here just so you can see some of the lights. It's a cute little town. I've been in this town for about 13 years. I was commissioner, mayor for a while. I was happy to be part of it when it boomed. We got things moving forward. There's the Mercantile Town Hall we just passed. I'm going to go down Mosby real briefly. That street light's not on. I don't know what's going on with that one. Who knows? Somebody's hooked a photo cell somewhere. This is Mosby Avenue. I used to live in the house down the road here. I'm not going to go all the way down. I'm going to turn around up here. A lot of old churches in town. A lot of history. Cute town. Has a lot of potential. A lot of people have seen the potential. A lot of money's come in. We're trying to keep get as many roads paved as possible. It's a big expense, but we're getting there. This road's in dire need, but it's had a lot of water main breaks. And get this nice big old house being built here. A lot of people move into little towns like this, and they end up investing lots of money. Especially people like myself from up north that come down and you go like, wow, what a great deal, you know. Taxes are cheap. And you come down and you buy a place. It's kind of, in my case, a fixer-up where you throw a bunch of cash into it. Speaking of roads, you can see this one's freshly paved. Little by little, it's getting done. But these little towns and these places got potential. We're all very lucky that we are in the right time with money coming in, the Fitz Foundation. And he's not the only one. Ken Carroll came in years ago and he put a bunch of money in and built restaurants and shops, and other people. I'm not going to forget about leaving the list off. And then there's people here early, like, you know, Casimia's restaurant coming through. Then just the folks that have lived here their whole lives and have kept family businesses going. I mean, it's important stuff. You got to give everyone credit. Got to give credit where credit's due. I'm good on gas. I gassed up yesterday. Of course, dropped a few cents since I gassed up. Never fails. Gas has been all over the place. I was down south of the border, down in South Carolina, and there's spots down there. The gas was I think it was 247, 248.9, somewhere in that realm. And I come up here, it was back up to 299 in town. Here we were 270 something yesterday. It's 260. It's dropped a dime, I guess, since yesterday. Of course, I filled up. Here's Ray Holloman working on a vehicle. He used to run the garage in town. He must be doing someone a favor here. I'm just kind of showing you the town here while I'm chasing weather. Just go back up to the parking lot, get back on the radar app and see what's going on. I did run the museum today. That's another reason why I didn't get out early. Not that there was anything to chase earlier, but at least, you know, if I was going to just be driving, heading up to the mountains, I could have done that. But try to run the Dorn Museum, so that's what you got to do. You can see the clouds in the distance, or you know, soon it'll be dark enough. We're not going to really be able to see what's coming up. You're relying totally on the radar. Let's go back to the parking lot here. That's probably where I'm going to end up parking for a little bit. These trees are pretty. A little bit of a crowd in Timberwaters. As that gets to the weekend, they get pretty busy. Little hardware, little tiny town hardware store. This place is great. I use it all the time. I just wish they were open on Sundays. I'll take you back up by the museum this way. At least you can see the sky up ahead. Veterans Museum we're just passing on the right. I think it's going to look backwards and you guys see it. There's some reason it does that a lot. This spot alongside here, the low spot, that's where the railroad used to be back in the day. That's what kept these little towns alive, being a railroad stop and having businesses. And then of course when I-95, I-85, the interstates came in, a lot of these little towns just killed them. They were no longer easily accessible, and then, you know, instead of everything being sent by rail, things are sent by truck, and things switch. That's just the way the economy goes. And it's like today, we're living in a society where it's cell phones and buying things on Amazon, and you know, it's a different world. That's why you don't see Sears and Roebuck anymore. And malls aren't the thing they used to be. And taken out by the cemetery. Yeah, I think I've got a good hour before I'm going to see anything major in here. Nice historic cemetery. I was in charge of keeping track of this, making sure it was maintained for quite a while. And I do love my cemeteries. This is the newer section here, as you can tell by the stones. And someone's in here laying flowers out. The holidays, you're going to get a lot of people coming into town to drop off flowers for families and put the Christmas wreaths out. And that's great. Of course, for the town, it's something we have to maintain. We'll find, especially when the wind comes in, they'll blow around, and then we'll get phone calls. And someone stole the wreath, and it's like, no, they get blown over. We don't know where they belong. And I know when I was in here, I'd be coming in to clean up and picking stuff up, and I used to tend to put them on the stones I know that never ever got anything because I didn't know where they came from. So. A lot of old stones in here. Once again, this is the newer section. The older's up over there. I don't want to pester people since they're putting stuff out. But a lot of the older stones in here are like defying gravity. They're at different angles. The soil just is collapsing around them, or maybe they've been tapped by something, or, you know, who knows, any number of things. And then we have people that come in and they plant shrubs and things around your family's plots, and it's great, but after a while these things grow up and the roots start lifting things, and that becomes a problem. And mowing a cemetery is a project, especially one that's a line like this, like some dyslexic laid it out. And I'm a dyslexic, so I know. Weed whacking is a really big thing. There's so much weed whacking to do in a cemetery. So we always kind of thrilled when we get a hot spell in the summer and the grass kind of dies off and stops growing for a while. It gives us all a break. But I used to like coming down here to mow and just put on my noise canceling headphones and wander through. A lot of history in here. All right. Headlights there. I think it's just people coming out. people just putting flowers out. I love these little old towns. See the old water tower in the distance there. I'll zoom in. See it back there? Alright folks, I'm not going to bore you to death. You can see I'm even getting darker in the background here. I don't like driving with a light on me. It makes my night vision all the worse. I'll come back out, chase a little bit later if I can. If it gets torrential, if I hear of anything, I'm going to watch the radar. But at least I got a little something I can upload here for you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Everybody be safe out there. If you live in this weather pattern, when this torrential rain's coming in, remember it's going to be issues for hydroplaning. So please be careful out there. It's warmer finally. We're supposed to be in the 60s. Well, we are in the 60s today, or just. I don't know what tonight's going to be. It's going to be cold, but it's not going to be freezing, so that's a big difference. A lot nicer we have had. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. As you can see, I'm trying to get more videos out, more content. I'm trying to keep myself into that zone like I used to be. And you see I've been getting on the road a lot more. I have full intention of getting on the road. One day next week is my plan. And then after Christmas, in January, we're definitely getting back on the road. I'll let you know as soon as we figure out what we're doing. All right, thanks for watching. Don't go through red lights. Be safe.